At the completion of the ceremony, today's awardees will return to the field for individual congratulations and photo opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me one more time for a big round of applause for these awardees. Ladies and gentlemen, the guest speaker for today's ceremony, General Stephen J. Townsend, Commanding General, United States Army Training and Doctrine Command.
Good morning. All right, this side's weak over here. This side's good to go. This side's weak. Let's try that again. Good morning. There you go. Much better. Okay, what a great day it is to be here at Fort Knox, Kentucky with all of you. This is, I think the cadets will agree, it's a good day. The heat has gone down considerably. They have had to contend with historic temperatures here during their course of their training here. And I'm really glad to see that we have a nice day for their graduating parade here. So first of all, let's just get started here with General Evans very artfully found a way to get them to relax. I'll be a little less artful. Okay, everybody out there, stand at ease. On the field, stand at ease. I'm a four-star general, take your command from me. Stand, there you go, relax, put your hands down. Everybody, break, pray, rest. Hands down by your sides, swing them around a little bit. Look, you guys have busted your ass. You guys have busted your ass for 30 days. There you go. Well, I'm popular with somebody today. So y'all have given it a lot for the last 30 days, and the only task you have yet to fulfill is don't pass out the rest of the ceremony. So that's my charge to you this morning. Okay, what I want you to do now is just return to a relaxed parade rest, not hands in the... you know, if I were king for a day, I'd change that. We wouldn't put our hands in the small of our back. That just makes my arms fall asleep. I don't know about y'all. But just a relaxed parade rest. So you look military, but you can kind of flex your knees and hands a little bit. These young cadets here have gone through an important milestone on their way to commissioning. And I couldn't be prouder of them today. To General Evans and Command Sergeant Major Krause, thanks for inviting me to preside over this ceremony today. To the 5th Regiment's leadership, their tactical officer, and their Sergeant Major, Master Sergeant Feinstock, and all the rest of the leaders of 5th Regiment. Fantastic job getting these cadets through all this. You've invested a lot of time and energy into this. Let's give the cadre a round of applause, please. They've done a great job preparing these young leaders on the field to lead Americans to defend our great country. I was going to recognize the parents and everybody in the stands today, but General Evans has already done that. Just suffice it to say to all of you, thanks for your support of these cadets over the years. I imagine there's been a couple of them that got kicked in the tail once or twice by some of y'all here in the stands, and I appreciate that too. Okay, now to the cadets here of the 5th Regiment. Congratulations, you've made it. You can certainly be proud of your achievements. You've worked hard. You've demonstrated your proficiency in both individual and team skills, soldier tasks that form the foundation required for success in battle. And like I said earlier, surviving this graduation ceremony without passing out is your final soldier task today. I had an opportunity to come down here just a couple weeks ago and train with this very same regiment. They were out ruck marching, they were shooting rifles, they were rappelling off this really, really high rappel tower. They were going through the confidence course and doing tasks like that. And I remember there's a cadet out there, Cadet Jessica Birchwood, and she and I negotiated this obstacle that's affectionately, maybe not so affectionately known as the tough one. It is appropriately named obstacle, and Cadet Birchwood helped me get through that obstacle on that day. And there was another cadet, Adrian Del Castillo. She's not here today. She graduated already. She was in a different regiment. She was out zeroing her rifle, and she let me shoot her rifle that day. I really appreciate that. All these cadets have overcome many obstacles, and they have honed many skills that any soldier needs, and certainly even an officer needs to be able to lead their troops successfully. It's been well over 36 years since I stood out there where they are. And I have to admit to all of you and the cadets on the field, I don't remember who my graduation speaker was, and I don't remember a word he said. So with that humble reminder of how far these thoughts are going to go in the future, I'd just like to say I'll be brief, but I do want to just say a couple of words here that might stick with some of you for the next year in school as you get your commission and assume your role as a lieutenant in the United States Army. The paths that all led you here are different, but you share a common dedication to serving our nation and defending our nation, and you will soon take your place in our Army. The leaders of tomorrow are standing on this field in front of us today. Many of them will be called to assume the most important duty. All of them will be called to assume the most important duty that an American can assume, in my view, and that is leadership of America's soldiers. Never forget, cadets, that's what you're here for. That one word, leadership. It's why the Army has invested so much in your preparation as officers, and we're not done yet. It's not for your personal benefit. It's not so you can have a great career. It's for the benefit of America's sons and daughters, our greatest treasure, that you will lead in service to our nation. Now, that's my one takeaway for you today. So what kind of leader should you be? What will your soldiers expect from you? What standards will they judge you by? How will you earn their respect and trust? Because earning their respect and trust is what you must do. First of all, be an adult. Be a person of moral courage and do what's right in all things. Every action you take, every decision you make should be based on a sound foundation of your Army values. If you just do that, you'll be fine. Know your stuff. You need to be an expert at your job. That's why your successful graduation from this camp is so important. Your soldiers will count on you to know your stuff. They know you're new to the Army as a young lieutenant, but they'll expect you to know what a lieutenant, a platoon leader should know, and know your job. So rely on your non-commissioned officers and your commanders, but assume the role of teaching yourself as much as possible. 3, lead by example. Whether you think it's true or not, you're a role model for your soldiers 24/7, on duty or off. And there's no such thing really as off duty for an officer. You're always on parade. Your soldiers are always watching you. You must always role model what you want your soldiers to be. If it's tough or dirty, you should be there right alongside them. If it's dangerous or risky, you should be prepared to go first and lead them through it. 4th, accomplish your mission. Make a reputation for being dependable, for getting the job done. When your commander has a tough mission, he or she should call on you and your platoon to do it. Act with discipline and initiative and take decisive action to accomplish the job and the commander's intent. 5th and last, take care of your troops. Make sure your soldiers get what they need before they might get what they might want. The best form of welfare for your troops is tough and realistic training. Make sure your soldiers are prepared to do their jobs in combat as your first priority. And make sure you keep yourself physically and mentally prepared to lead them at all times. All of us, in closing, I'll just say all this. All of us here today are very proud of you and we have nothing but the utmost confidence in you. You're going to do just fine out there in our Army. You'll try hard. You'll make mistakes. You'll learn from them. Just remember what I said. Be an adult. Know your stuff. Lead by example. Accomplish a mission. And take care of your troops. And I know that you're all anxious to get off this field. Some of you are going on to more training as a cadet this summer. Some of you will take a well-earned vacation and spend time with your family and friends. Whatever lies ahead of you the rest of the summer, I want you to have fun, be safe, and report back to your universities and your ROTC programs recharged for your final year as a cadet. From all of us to all of you, congratulations and Godspeed.
Here they come around.
At this time, the cadet regiment will perform the ceremonial pass and review. Please remember to stand and render honors to the nation as the colors pass.
On the other side, yeah.
The viewing stand is the commander of troops for today's graduation, Cadet Thomas Robbins from National American University. Now passing the viewing stand is the 100th Army Band from Fort Knox, Kentucky, commanded by Chief Warrant Officer 2 Chad Allward, and led by Drum Major Staff Sergeant Brian Brown. The viewing stand is Alpha Company, led by Cadet Matthew LaRose from Norwich University. Now passing the viewing stand is Bravo Company, led by Cadet Riley Cannon from East Carolina University. Now passing the viewing stand is the color guard, led by Cadet Dahlia Daniel Wilson from Azusa Pacific University. Now pastoring the viewing stand is Charlie Company, led by Cadet Henry Zacharias from Valley Forge Military College. Now pastoring the viewing stand is Delta Company, led by Cadet Nordine Al-Safka from Texas A&M University.